Hi, my name's Liz, and I'm going to be your sexy floor tour guide for the next 8 and a bit minutes. I'm going to try and make this as interesting for you as possible and educational all at the same time, but we'll see how we go. I think the most pertinent question at the moment is, what is a sexy floor? I'm glad you asked. Sexy floors, for lack of a better word, have taken an unsexy product, being epoxy, and turned it into a designer finish. Those in the industry know what epoxy is. It's a resin. For those who don't, Sexy Floors mixes part A with part B and a little bit of magic, if I can put that in, creative license, to make a designer finish. Now, epoxy is the most durable surface in the world, undisputedly. I was thinking about it the other day, and this is a bad analogy, but you won't forget it. An ant can carry 50 times its own body weight. So epoxy is basically the equivalent. I'm not talking about carrying 50 times its own weight or anything, but compared to carpet, compared to tiles, timber floorboards, it is the most durable surface in the world and can withstand the heaviest of foot traffic and forklifts. That's why it was used in industrials and warehouses. So we've taken this unsexy product which was rolled on like paint, and I'm going to say right now, please, please, please do not roll paint onto your floor. What it will do, it will actually come up and start chipping and flaking away. It may look good for the first month or so, but it will start to wear, so that will be the only thing I'll say about that. But with epoxy, you can roll it on like paint, or you can trowel it. Probably about 90% of sexy floors are troweled. And again, for those people that don't know, troweling involves handcrafting these floors, getting down on your hands and knees, pouring down the resin that you've mixed up, and actually using a trowel to trowel it out. So that's a bit of an overview. So it's taking an unsexy product and making it sexy, making it designer, and you've seen a couple of these floors where about 2.5 minutes into the presentation. So you've seen exactly how nice these floors come up, and with the gloss finishes. For example, what we're seeing now is a gloss finish. You can have gloss, semi-gloss and matte, and the matte finish looks like suede in the end. Again, probably about, owners, please forgive me, but 80% of the floors, I believe, are gloss. There's a more high demand for gloss finishes than matte, but it depends on the fit out and who's involved. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just probably going to go through and explain some of the floors that you're seeing. This is a bronze looked. My English is good proper. This is my favourite floor of all time. I get very excited. This is a bronze and copper combination against a white wall. I believe the owners actually burst into tears when they saw that floor. I don't blame them. If it was my house, I'd do the same thing, because they were just so overwhelmed with the finish. That's another thing about sexy floors. Everything is very personalised. We don't go overboard with stories or anything like that. We don't go overboard and, sit down and ask you about your feelings or anything like that. But our layers get a sense of what they've done in the past, and they look at the business, or they look at the owners, or they look at the fit out, and they suggest what would be best. Obviously, whatever the client wants is always, dealt with, but we do have a creative way, and we do make things fun, and that's why we've been so successful. Here's a floor that matches the wall, basically. Again, it shows the difference. The different floors we can do. Sorry, I am stuffing this up big time, and I do apologise. Grey marble, maybe? I believe that's grey marble. Bronze in a designer furniture showroom. Yes, very rustic look. This is a polished concrete in a 5-star restaurant in Brisbane. Probably a good time to tell you that Sexy Floors is based in Brisbane, but they are seeking people to contact them in relation to franchises. We do have a North Queensland franchise at the moment, but we're looking to expand obviously in other states, because I can confidently say that demand is outweighing supply at the moment. It's tough to keep up because these floors are so fantastic. I'm a bit biased, but you know, 5 minutes in, you've seen what we can do. This is a creamy coloured floor. All floors are seamless. All floors are environmentally friendly. All floors are durable and cost effective. So I've said all the stuff that I probably need to say to get paid for another week. But yeah, so this is a snowstorm floor in a commercial kitchen. Good time to tell you that these floors, as long as it's concrete, it can go into a domestic, commercial or industrial place. So it doesn't matter whether it is a showroom or a kitchen or a wet area. That's probably very important too. All floors are non-slip. They meet an R rating of 13. Honestly, don't know what that means, but I believe that's a high rating for non-slip, and it is commercial grade. So as I say, we can put them in kitchens and bars and everything will be okay. The aged bronze look. Bronze, copper and aluminium are what I believe to be the Sexy Floors flagship floors. These are the floors that have really taken off, and that's how Sexy Floors, got started, was doing the metallic looks, and then just gone nuts from there. Pure white, just something nice and simple, nothing fancy, not like this floor here, a bit out there. Checkered floor, meticulous, I believe the word is, putting that down meticulously. Washed grey. Ah, there she is. There's my floor. There's my baby. One for the boys. Polished concrete look with a Ferrari insert or logo, and that's a good time to tell you that we can also do logos, whether they are printed and inserted or whether they're painted on. Doesn't matter. Talking with my hands, you can't see me. This store is called Kiss My Fish and chip shop, and it's translucent aqua with a grey insert. Very different. One of the first Sexy Floors, the worn look. I think it was a converted warehouse from memory. Not mentioning any names of clients. Bengal floor, we call it the Bengal floor because the client came up to us and said, I would like the floor the colour of my daughter's Bengal, and lo and behold, they got it. That's just a simple little story about a floor, nothing over the top. And we're just at the end, so I've got to say the website, www.sexyfloors.com.au. Thanks for sticking with me, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation.